We're kicking off our biggest trip of the year, a 4-month off-grid in the snow in our caravan during one of Australia's wildest winters. And this week we hit the ground running on the hunt for the full Aussie alpine experience. We're Hayley and Brad, and for the past 3 years we've been living full-time in our caravan, chasing surf, sun, and now snow. Travelling lifestyle generally doesn't mix with colder climates, but we're here to see if we can actually live comfortably and stay off-grid through a freezing Aussie winter. In today's episode, we find ourselves facing severe weather warnings.
That's not snow, that's rain!
And dragging our home on wheels through the mountains on the hunt for fresh snow.
Definitely not what we thought we'd be doing on our Friday night.
So come with us to see for yourself what off-grid winter camping in Australia really looks like. We think you'll be surprised.
Oh, it's gonna snow! Can't feel my hands.
1 o'clock arrival. Let's see if that happens.
It's gonna be a bit of a mish, Patsy. That's sick. I've never been through the tunnel, we always go the long way.
10 hours later.
G'day, we're Brad and Hayley, and behind us is the snowy mountains of New South Wales.
It's bloody freezing.
This is about the only time we're happy to see rain is when we're heading into an alpine area, because that means one thing and one thing only.
There's snow up there.
We're heading into a campground. We've just come down to the snowy mountains on a whim. Everything's booked out. Australia's having one of the biggest snow seasons ever, and we couldn't get in anywhere, so we thought, what would any sane person do, Patsy? They just jump in the car and start driving. So
we literally don't even know where we're ending up tonight. We're like, we're just gonna drive and surely we can find a camp somewhere along the way, and that's what we're doing today.
Yeah. So we're gearing up for a pretty epic month down here in New South Wales and Victoria in the snowfields. We did our homework earlier in the year when we went down and visited the high country, and we're coming back and we're gonna have a bloody good time, I reckon. Let's go and find camp. Hopefully it's snowing. It's happening. We've just sighted snow and frost. Oh my god, it might actually be snowing at this campground. We're only 5 k's away, and up on that mountain peak right up there is visible snow. We
actually, because we're in New South Wales, we technically don't need to carry chains, because if you have a 4-wheel drive, it's recommended, but you don't have to. We do have chains on order, but they're in Jindabyne. We're
literally ordered them last week. I just jumped on eBay, sent them to Jindabyne when we made up our decision that we were coming this week. And yeah, today's been also a mad rush. We had to stop in at the outlets at Canberra to get snow gear, because we didn't really have any good snow gear. All our snow gear.
We had snow gear, but we have only ever come to the snow. Oh my gosh, snow on the mountain!
Hell yeah! Where am I supposed to turn?
It's happening. We only ever have come to the snow for maximum a week or 5 days or something.
I missed the turn. I've got to turn back there.
So seeing as we're going to be here for 4 weeks, we needed more snow gear, and I got this snow jacket and I'm wearing it. I'm ready. I'm prepared for snow to be falling when we get there.
We also had to run around Canberra and find something to hold our snowboard and skis to the roof, because we're picking up rentals, skis and a snowboard, and we're keeping them for a month. That means they're going to have to stay with us for a month, and we had nowhere to put them, so we had to get that today. That was a last minute thing, but it's been a very hectic day. We started at 5 o'clock this morning, but we're here.
It is 4 o'clock. We're meant to get here at 1 o'clock. Classic us. All right, well, it's not quite snowing, but we are, oh my gosh, look at the kangaroos. We are hopeful that we might get some snow here over the weekend. We have to stay here because we booked in near Jindabyne, but it was all booked out. So like we've got a booking there next week and we're literally just winging it for the next few days until we could get a booking. So where are we?
This is called Denison Campground. It's about maybe 10 k's to the west of Adamindaby, but ideally we wanted to stay at Thredbo Diggins, which is like right down there in the snow in between Thredbo and the ski tube. But because it's a bumper season, everyone's down here. We just passed through Cooma. It's packed, it's buzzing down here, and I just love to see it, but we'll lay low here over the weekend and let the weekend crowds move on.
We tried every single campground because like they're free camps, but you have to just book online, like a $6 booking fee, and we tried every single like free camp near the snow, all booked out, so we had to like go as far away from the ski fields as possible.
Well, that's all right.
And we've ended up here.
Sweet.
It's actually quite nice.
Yeah. There's so much to choose from. There's like 3 other people here and it's very well spread out.
Oh, I reckon that's like snow skies.
I hope we get a dumping. I just want to see some snow on the van.
Yeah. Okay, where are we going to park?
Heaps of wood down there too, so we'll go take some of that wood that someone's left. I don't know. You're the boss?
I like this area.
Yeah.
Show us the outfit. Ooh, and we got gloves. Tell us what you're doing.
Going for my run. I've been running every day this year, so no rest for the wicked. But I've got my bike gloves. It's bloody cold out there, but as soon as you start going, like 500 meters in, I'm peeling the layers off. So I'm trying to be a little bit. I don't know what the word is, but
I can't believe that you've done so well with your runs every year.
You married this bloke.
And now a month in the snow, and this is going to be the real hard challenge part. But that's what you're doing it for, hey, to challenge yourself. Okay, go run before you freeze.
You married this.
Oh my god. Right. Goodbye, my lover. Also, the state of the caravan at the moment, not good. When he gets back from his run, we're going to do like a complete overhaul of our wardrobe. We're going to like go through it. Probably should have done this before we came down to the snow, but everything's last minute. We're going to like take everything out and then like repack. We've got our snow gear bag here that we picked up from Brad's parents. So like we don't carry it with us all the time because like obviously we don't want to carry all that stuff, but we just picked it up on the way down. We'll pack that into our wardrobe, take out all of our summer stuff that we're not going to use, and then we'll probably repack that, chuck it in the canopy or something so it's out of our way for the month that we're down here. But yeah, a bit of a mess at the moment, but this afternoon will be a good little time to situate ourselves, and then we are ready for a month at the snow.
Well, it's about 8:30. I should be getting ready for bed, but I just can't stop thinking about how it might be snowing only like a few hundred meters up the road. As you can see, the rain is super light here. It's like -5 degrees and it's not quite turning into snow yet. So I've had the grand idea. Patsy's just jumped out of the shower, said get your gear on. I'm unhitching the van and we're gonna go up the mountain for a little night drive, see if we can find some snow, because we might only have to drive for 10 minutes and there might be snow. So yeah, let's go for a quick hunt for some snow. I should also mention that the probability of snow is about 60%, and that is for the next like 12 hours. So until mid-morning tomorrow, that's our only real time to see snow in the next few days. So we really want to make it happen. And I've also got some new spotties that I want to test out. 2 birds with 1 stone. Ready to go snow hunting?
Yeah.
Chuck that coat on out of here. I can't feel my hands. Let's go, come on, I'm freezing. They are
mint.
Wow.
Smashes the light out.
Rain, we need to see, turn into snow.
Update. It's getting lighter. We've gone up a few hundred meters so far. We've still got maybe another 100 that we can go up, and it seems like the rain's getting lighter and the temperature is dropping. We need to go down a few more degrees, and fingers crossed we see some snow. Look how light this
Wow, this is snow making conditions.
That might be fog. We're gonna do it. Come on, 1500 meters. Please.
I was just like, the anticipation any minute now, are we gonna see snow?
Definitely not what we thought we'd be doing on our Friday night, but here we are.
Feel it any minute now. That's snow. That's snow on the side of the road.
Oh, it is too. Oh, I don't think it's snow falling though. I think it's still rain. That might be snow from a week ago.
Look at the snow on the side of the road.
Cool. Oh, we saw snow. That still counts. We're almost up the top
Let's
of
go to the top of this
Sawyer's
hill and then we can evaluate.
We'll turn around there. Look, yeah, it's definitely snow. Oh, it's so cool. It's really hard to see. Oh yeah, here's Sawyer's Hill here. I'm not sure if that's snow. Sweetheart. Oh, I want some lights like that. They're sweet.
We pulled over here last year and we took a photo.
I'm going to take another one now and compare them. That's not snow, that's rain.
It feels like snow.
It's friggin' freezing. Alright, let's go home. Well, we found snow, but it's from like a week ago, so it's not actually coming out of the sky, but I think we half achieved what we wanted to accomplish tonight. Oh, that will still make a good snowball.
Oh, I think he's bringing me a present. Oh no!
Thank you again to all the legends who bought us a beer this week. You guys really go the extra mile to support our creations, and it means more than you know. Keeps us fueled, inspired and stoked to keep sharing the adventure with you.
Well, it's a pretty fresh day. It says, feels like minus 11 degrees right now and it's raining down here. But we're getting a little bit cabin fever. So we're gonna go for a bit of a bushwalk. Don't know where we'll end up, but we're hoping to find snow again, like last night.
We're really on a mission to find snow, aren't we?
We'll be, you know, we'll have our fair share of snow when we get to the ski fields, but there's something just so special about bushwalking through these alpine areas. All the bird life, the brumbies even, kangaroos. Might even spot a trout in the Yukon Beam River, we don't know. But that's the beauty of just getting out here. Everything's so quiet, there's no one around. So a lot of the animals are just going about their business, but it's beautiful. This type of country, I've said it before, it's like some of my favorite, the alpine areas. Just something magnetic about it, even on a day like today.
I feel like this is proper adventuring. Like we're going hiking in the snowy mountains in the rain to look for snow.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is living. Found a wombat hole and these random nuts.
But like, what is that? It doesn't smell like, it just smells like dirt. But it's like got this,
It's like a potato.
it's almost like a potato, eh? Looks like a bush, some type of bush, what do they call it, yam or something? Who knows? Looks starchy though.
Yeah.
Doesn't smell
What does
like
it smell like?
Doesn't smell like anything, just, it's like very squishy.
Weird.
Oh, sorry mate.
Oh, I hope we didn't disturb
He
you.
might be sleeping down there. There's two of them there, big ones. He's just excavated it from his hole.
Yeah.
Strange. I hope that wasn't his breakfast. The on-foot mission to find snow, I think, has failed. We've ended up in the thick bush and the wind's getting up, and under these trees is not the place you want to be when it's gusting up to 70 kilometers an hour. So we're going to head back to the van. This is not even remotely thick compared to what I was just walking through. You can see I'm saturated from beating through the thickets.
What is that?
Kangaroo maybe?
Wow.
Maybe a kangaroo. That's pretty gnarly looking.
We are really discovering today.
That's a kangaroo's brain. If you're wondering why they run in front of the cars, that's what occupies.
Because they don't have
3
much
square
going on up there.
centimetres.
Poor little kangaroo.
It's getting windy.
Yeah. My Willy Weather has just told me severe weather warning issued. Light shower commencing in 5 minutes and the rain arriving now.
We've just put the little kangaroo skull down the rest there. That's just come through. All right, let's go. Got a bit of bush bashing to do. Backtracking.
After our little bush bash, we decided to jump in the ute and still make the most of our day, and we aimed to explore some of the higher elevation campgrounds around here, chasing that dream of waking up in a true winter wonderland. Instead, we found lock gates and closure signs. Turns out all the higher elevation camps are off limits during the winter months.
Okay, we're just hanging around camp today, but we thought we wanted to share some tips on how we camp comfortably in our caravan in the snow, or not even just the snow, just like cold 0-degree camping in general. We actually came down to the snow area last year only for 5 days and camped in our caravan, and we honestly weren't sure how we would go with it, like in terms of how cold it would be, how difficult it would be, how hard it would be, even like drying things like our snow gear, and we were like pleasantly surprised by how easy it was last year. So that, like, once we saw how good that was, then we're like, let's come again this year and actually come for a long time and move all around and go to different camps because of how easy it was last year. So we thought that we'd share some tips we learned and some things that we're doing to help make it more comfortable this year in the snow. Coming to the snow in a caravan is actually such a cost-effective way of doing it. You know, like if you try to get accommodation in Jindabyne, Airbnbs themselves were like $2,000 a week, and obviously if you're camping in an actual lodge in the snow, it would be even more than that. So the fact that we can bring our caravan, camp in a free camp, pay barely any money on accommodation, you know, like it's really awesome, and a reason why we love our caravan so much, the amount of places it can take us. But anyway, getting into some tips. So the first thing that we learnt last year was that if it's freezing cold overnight, as in like 0 degrees or less, the water can freeze and it won't come out in the morning. Now, it's not actually freezing in the water tanks of the caravan, it's freezing like in the lines of the taps. So what we learned was that if it's going to be really cold overnight, before we go to bed, we just turn the pump off and then you drain your taps, so like you're draining the water out of the lines, and then that way overnight it won't freeze, and then you wake up in the morning, put your pump back on, and you'll be able to get your water out. So that's a big tip that we learned last time. Another one is just having a diesel heater in general. I would say that if you're coming to camp in the snow or in cold places in general, if you want to do it comfortably, a diesel heater is absolutely essential. Especially like there are like gas heaters or electric heaters or even the air cons, but they're not nearly as efficient or usable as a diesel heater. You use less diesel than a gas heater would, and also you don't want to be relying on stuff that uses power because there's not much sun getting around this time of year. You want to conserve your battery power, so the diesel heater is the best way to do that. So a way that we've been running it quite efficiently is that when we turn it on, we turn it down to, we were doing 16, but now I've even been trying 14 and it's been good. We set it at 14 degrees. That way it's just like taking the cool edge off in here. It's keeping it at like a nice temperature, but it's not making it heaps hot. So it's running really efficiently. It's keeping us comfortable inside, and we're able to just run it continuously for like days and days and days at a time, which has been awesome. Also, to help with condensation, because especially overnight when you have everything closed up, diesel heater on, you can get condensation. To avoid that, what we've been doing is like these little windows, this one here and the one in the bathroom, we've just had cracked open. Now depending on how cold and windy it is, you could just have it on the first setting and like you're just getting a bit of airflow through there, or if it is quite cold and windy, you can even use the halfway setting. So if you like put them in there, you're getting a teeny bit of airflow through there. When you put it like that, it's barely anything, but it's enough to put some fresh air in here and like get rid of that condensation and also help with any carbon monoxide issues. We did notice this morning actually for the first time that we were getting a little bit of condensation around the diesel heater outlets. So what we're going to do when we're going to town tomorrow is get some dehumidifiers and just pop them in the van, and then that will help draw out that moisture that the diesel heater is causing overnight. Okay, another thing that we learnt last year, and to help with drying, you know, like if you go to the actual snow and you've got your snow clothes and they need to dry, or even like yesterday when we went for that walk and it started to rain and then all your stuff's wet, we bought one of these, like I think it's a door hanging rack, and I think we got it from Bunnings, but yeah, so you can kind of just like hang that on the towel rails here like that, and you can extend it out further as well, and it's got like your hanging space for smalls too. And then because we have a diesel heater outlet here, we can close that door even and crank the heat up, and it makes like a really cool drying room, and it dries our stuff really efficiently. So that was another thing that works well also. Another thing, and this is more like zone specific, but taking advantage of the composite construction of the van. Composite is actually a really like well insulated material, so like we'll especially notice it if you're driving and the van's locked up and then you get to camp and it's freezing cold outside, but you'll come in the van and you'll notice that it's a warm, pleasant temperature, and that's because the composite is really well insulated and it holds the heat in nicely. And to the opposite of that, like in summer, it doesn't let heaps of heat in, like it keeps it at a pretty neutral temperature. So to take advantage of that, if it is like a nice day like today, the sun's out, it's not freezing cold outside, we would open up the windows and let some air in, but then we want to make sure that we close them back up before it gets too cold this afternoon and before the sun sets, because we want to be able to like keep that warmer air in. Another good thing about the zone is being gas free, or just any van that's gas free, you're not having all those little vents that let cold air in. So that's another really great way that we're able to manage the temperature inside here as well. And lastly, something super important if you want to do winter snow camping is having a big battery bank. Like we have 800 amps in our caravan, and it really helps when it's like when we're off-grid camping in places like this, because we can have as much solar as we have, we can have a solar blanket, whatever. It's really not going to be helpful at all when we're not getting any sun. And even on the few days when we do have sun, it's that low in the sky with the winter like solstice that it's not really getting a lot of solar in. So that's where our battery bank comes in handy, because when we have driven and top the batteries up to 100%, or if we've plugged into power and they're at 100%, then when we leave to go off grid again, they're actually like, we're going to be able to last a week or so off grid with minimal sun. Whereas if we only had 400 or amps of battery or something, like we're not really going to last that long. It's probably only going to be a couple of days, then we'd have to go back and plug in again. So having a big battery bank is really good for off-grid winter camping.
So just for reference, our battery level is at 70%. We've been here for 3 days now. We're getting the most solar we've seen today. Like there's 30-40 amps coming in today, but that's the most we've seen the whole time we've been here. It's been rainy and windy, and yeah, that's actually quite good, but we're expecting it to get worse, and obviously we want it to be worse because we want it to snow and we want it to be cloudy and rainy. So
that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. So we'll keep you updated on the battery situation, but yeah, big battery bank is definitely preferable to run all our cool appliances.
What's going on?
Battling to get this fire going. We're gonna cook our burgers outside because it's turned into a beautiful day. We're gonna have burgers for dinner. We're like, oh, let's just have them for lunch and we'll have them over the fire. So I get the fire going. And mate,
It's not going.
either the wood's really wet or the ground's really wet. It was going alright at the start, but ever since I tried to load it up to get the coals going too quick, maybe I went too hard too fast, but I'm just gonna let it ride and see how it goes. In a survival situation, Patsy, we'd be stuffed.
Thank goodness we have the caravan.
Got a backup Weber in case I need it, but I don't know. I'll just give this another 10 or 15 minutes to see if it wants to live. Well, the fire's actually kicked back up and it's looking real healthy now. So I'll wait for that hot plate to heat up before I put the burgers on. But while I'm doing that, we're going to the snow tomorrow. We're going to pick up our skis and our snowboard, and we have nowhere to put it, but that can be solved with this beautiful thing right here. Now, I was originally opposed to getting a roof rack because I liked the way it looked without it. It looks so clean, but it was just way too practical not to have it. You can see over there, we've got our Max Tracks on the Max Tracks holder. That's held down. All of the mounting stuff. There is a million different things you can mount to this rack in a million different ways. Using their little, they call it Zwift lock. So you can see here, I've got one of these eyelets. It's just like a little, I don't even know what you'll call it, but as you tighten it down, it sort of locks into place. So it's super adjustable. And what I need to do is I need to throw on this accessory bar that we bought and also this snow rack. So the accessory bar allows the snowboard holder and ski holder to be bolted to this platform rack system, and it should be a pretty quick job because yeah, all this stuff is just so easy to use. They give you all the hardware and everything, and I think I'm a little bit addicted to buying Rhino Rack accessories. It sort of feels like you're putting together some big practical jigsaw puzzle. I love it. All right, nothing fancy, just 500 grams of mince. Let's see if I can get it on there without buttering it up. Yeah! There we go. Oh, listen to that sizzle now. Woo! Alright, throw some seasoning on there. Oh! Oh! I got my trowel,
Spread.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's like a beefcake.
Alright, now let's squash it down a little bit more. This is Huey's cooking. And now we're just portioning her up. Hey, we're gonna be having burgers pretty soon, Patsy.
Yay!
Can't believe that fire just got a second wind.
Yum.
Beautiful. So I've got all my gear laid out that I'm going to need. I've read the instructions, it's very straightforward. It's basically, I just need to bolt these accessory bars to the platform rack, and then that will then allow me to fit that bolt. It'll then allow me to fit this little bolt into this C channel. So you can see there, that'll slip in there. Then I just tighten that down to the accessory bar, and we're cooking. So first things first, I'm going to use these little Zwift locks to bolt this to the platform rack. There it is, all mounted, nice and solid. That is not going anywhere, if I do say so myself. You can see how it clamps the skis and the snowboards together using this real heavy duty rubber. So you just clamp it down, lock her in, and then it's got a little key lock on it and it clamps it in. But yeah, nice and convenient too. It also means that when we get back from skiing all day, we're not putting wet stuff into the canopy. We can put the snow covered skis on the roof, and then they'll be ready for the next time we want to use them. All right, the back one's done. Now just time to do the front one. It's like a 15-minute job. How good. Another handy thing with these is that they've got a few different purposes. Not only can they hold skis and snowboards, but they're also really good for holding fishing rods and stuff like that, which is an area that we're lacking, or that we were lacking, because we used to carry them in our old canopy because it had the length, but this canopy is quite a bit shorter than our old one, so we can't fit the rods in there. But now if we want to go down to the beach and we want to take our rods, we can easily just throw this on the roof and we're good. All right, now that's done, we're ready to go and pick up our skis in the morning. And I think with any luck, we'll be hitting the slopes tomorrow. Yeah, boy. Just paint your picture for you. We're cruising. Have you been to Jindabyne?
I don't think so, no.
Mate, the drive-in is iconic.
Yeah, the drive is iconic, mate. We've just popped over a rise. We're coming down the hill. On our right is Lake Jindabyne, the big Lake Jindabyne. We've got the snowy mountains in the background, and it's just what dreams are made of.
Oh, mate, you better get the camera out.
Well, Patsy's filming it. Say hello.
Oh, hey.
All right, we have arrived at our home for the night, the Adventist Church here in Jindabyne. It's nothing glamorous, but it'll do, and it's in a really good proximity to the snowfields, or the parish of snowfields at least. And as you can see, it's very popular caravans as far as the eye can see. $90 a night. We got power and water here, so we don't have to worry about a thing. I'm pretty sure they got drying rooms and amenities and all sorts of stuff here. So yeah, we've got to get a wriggle on, have a bit of lunch, and we're going to get up there. So it's currently 12:30. We want to get up there for at least a few hours skiing this afternoon, so better get our butts into gear and go and pick up our ski hire. Thank you. it up at the right length too, because I just sort of guessed how they would, you know, because those bars have to clamp down on their flat.
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
So I just sort of guessed with your snowboard and I guessed correctly. Let's go skiing.
There's no place like home.
Well, it's taken us a few runs to find our legs, but I'd say that we're well and truly on our way. It's like riding a bike.
No, I was straight back into it, mate. I remember last year, very shaky first few runs, but this year, I found my legs straight away.
We are just heading up to Mount Perisher. I think it's about 2,000 meters this mountain, but they've just installed this beautiful new chairlift. We've got plushy seats for your bums. We've got ski rests. Just doesn't get any better than this. And it's like,
look ourselves. This is the beauty of like midweek in August. No school holidays, no weekends.
she's a bloody bluebird day too. And like this could be considered like the worst part of the day to ski after the sun's been up, it's melted the snow, but the conditions are just perfect, and it just goes to show how good of a snow season Australia's having this year, and it's only going to get better. We haven't had a storm for like quite a few days, maybe even a week, and there's a storm on the horizon, so, and it can only get better from here. All right, we've got like probably another hour of skiing left this afternoon before everything shuts down, so we'll go and enjoy ourselves and enjoy this beautiful afternoon here at Perisher. That's an afternoon well spent, eh?
So good.
Alright, time to get some tucker and we recharge for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, recharging is needed. I'm already buggered.
Damn, that sounds good.
Well, we're back on the mountain this morning and it's shaping up to be a bloody glorious day if the wind holds off. You can see there's plenty of cloud about and there's actually a bit of snow falling today, so it's going to be a midday. All the lifts are open at the moment and we're going to make our way over the mountain to a place called Blue Cow, which is one of our favourite places to ski.
And it's really cool this year because like the 4 areas, Perisher, Blue Cow, Guthaga and Smiggins, they're all like their own areas, but when there's enough snow you can ride from each area because like there's enough snow to have those connecting trails open, and there's enough snow this year so we can actually go all the way to the top of Perisher now and then take the connecting trail over to Blue Cow. Usually we just have to catch the ski tube all the way to Blue Cow, but yep. How good's this snow season?
It's sick and it's shaping up to be a bloody spectacular day.
It's much colder today, but that's good. Not
We're all
gonna get us
rugged up.
hot and sweaty.
Hell yeah. Check it out. We're on the move again. We are heading up the mountain and to a spot that we've been trying to get into for like the last few weeks. So there's been two spots, like Thredbo Diggins and Island Bend that we've been trying to get into, and they're like New South Wales National Park camps in the Kosciuszko National Park. And yeah, we can't just sit down here in town. We've got to actually experience the proper Kosciuszko camping, I reckon. So Passy managed to snag us one night up there.
Yeah, because they're all booked out, even though they're free camps, but you got to book them. But I saw one night pop up, so I was like, we're going to take it, try and experience maybe even some snow at camp.
Fingers crossed. And this will be our last camp before we head into Victoria.
And then that'll be like completely uncharted snow territory for us.
And uncharted road territory too.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, but we're going to head to camp today. Hopefully if the conditions are still good, we'll even be able to sneak up to Spiggins and go for a ski this afternoon, but we'll see how we go heading up the mountain. I'm just glad to be out of this camp. We had quite the gross site with all the Greywater River running through it, so it'd be nice to get out there and go free camping again. Snow pair.
Woo! That's sick.
That's beautiful. We'd never been here before, and the upper section was pretty busy and there wasn't really anywhere nice to park, but there's a lower section, said four-wheel drive only. Said that the upper section is better for big rigs. I don't know if we class as a big rig, but maybe we do, but we're taking a chance and we're going down the four-wheel drive track, so hopefully this works out because we're descending down into the snowy river, so I'm just hoping I don't have to reverse all the way up this goat track. This is gorgeous down here.
Yeah.
Someone's left the fire going for us. Maybe that's a good sign. Oh, that is a good sign.
Go there. There's the water down there.
Yeah.
This is Island Bend Free Camp. Got like nice tables. Someone's left their fire going, so that's a bit naughty. But that's the snowy river down there. How beautiful is that? And you can't really see them from here, but as we drove in, you could see like snow on the mountains just over there. So this will be so nice. Anyway, how are you going?
I'm going good. I'm ready to get some tucker into me and go skiing for a few hours.
Nice. I was going to say I'm hungry, so this is good timing. We'll get some food into us, re-energize, and then we'll drive down to the slopes and have a couple hours of afternoon snowboarding. And it looks like it's going to be a bluebird day, so how good's that? I can't believe we're just parking our caravan at a free camp at the bottom of the snowies. So good.
Well, I have to say this afternoon was the perfect way to round out our perisher leg of the trip. A pristine Bluebird Arvo shooting down the slopes with the backdrop of the stunning snowy mountains looking like something straight out of a postcard.
Well, it's been a very relaxing and peaceful morning here at the Island Bend campground. We're about to pack up and take off onto our next camp into Victoria, which is proving to be a bit more of a nightmare than what we envisioned, but we'll touch on that stuff in the next episode. But one thing I did want to touch on just before we wrap this episode up is that Patsy did a talk about how we sort of snowproof or winterproof our caravan, and she talked about condensation inside the caravan, and that was something that we were battling. We did go into town and we picked up these, but these are the like, I guess they just take moisture out of the air, but they're dry. They've been out for a week and they've done nothing. So I think the issue wasn't necessarily with humidity inside the van. I think because these vans seal up so well and there's no real gas vents or anything anywhere, you know, they're quite airtight. And that sounds like counterintuitive for when you go into colder areas, having airtight so that there's not drafts and stuff coming through. But what we found recently is that the draft is very important, or not necessarily a draft, but just airflow. So we jumped on the Facebook group. I remember one of our mates, Steve, who also has a zone, he's done a lot of winter camping and a lot of cold area camping in his zone, and he put a post up on the Facebook page like maybe a month or so ago, explaining how exactly he sort of prepares the cabin for the nighttime temperatures. And I thought I'd just share that same post with you guys because it has been awesome and has eliminated any condensation inside the van. So Steve just runs this window, and we've been testing this for the last like 5 days and it's been working a treat. So we just run this window either open like that or on the first catch, so just barely cracked open. We have the roof vent open on the first catch as well. So there's a little bit of a draft coming through here, a little bit of a draft coming through there. Good morning, Patsy. Diesel heater on like 14 or 15 degrees. The most important part is this roof vent. Steve said to put it on 10%, so it's just barely going, but it is cracked open. And yeah, so you can see on the remote,
air out 10%.
Air out, and its speed is 10%. So it's barely moving, but it's enough to just keep circulating the air inside the caravan. And lastly, we just have this window either open or on the first catch, and that has eliminated pretty well all of our condensation in the caravan. The only condensation you might get is just on this glass door. This is the only piece of glass in the caravan. This glass outer door will have a little bit of water on it, especially if you have this down. So that's the only real area, but you want to have that blocked off during the night so no one can see in. But yeah, that's the only real area that I've seen water.
And I was going to say, we were even getting a little bit of condensation in our wardrobe, like where our clothes are.
Yeah.
And then when we started doing that condensation stuff from Steve's Facebook post, no condensation in the wardrobe anymore.
Yeah, but it just goes to show how good like Facebook groups are, getting tips and tricks for, especially from people that have the exact same van as you, because yeah, everyone shares their little tidbits and it actually can be very useful sometimes. So thanks, Steve. Patsy's got a hand up.
I feel like a school kid. I was going to say, like, the way that we did that was literally just, we went on the owners group and in the search bar we searched condensation to find his post. So if you ever have like anything you're unsure about, you can literally just go in the group, press the search button, search it, and you can see everyone's posts.
Lovely. All right, well, I guess that concludes our first episode here at the Snow. Like I said, we're moving on today and into Victoria, so we are excited about it, but we're also a little bit nervous because a lot of things have changed from my original plan. But anyway, we'll deal with that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.